Yo, what is up, guys? It's me, Eve, again here, talking about the Black Beacon. And today I have a very interesting team that maybe some of people actually sleeping on because everyone is so obsessed with Lychee that they're a little bit sleeping on Hephae here. She's actually a very, very good unit. And might be one of the top ones so far in the game, as I have felt while using her, and she actually impressed me a lot. Like, I knew that she's a pretty decent character overall, but after I actually tried her, she feels very, very solid, like an actual good sub DPS in a lot of teams. She feels like a very diverse unit, as well as a very free to play friendly, especially if you pair her up with Zero. But again, she's something like Azzy, because Azzy also is a very diverse unit that you can be used in any team that you can think of, as well as she's also free to play. But this is actually something like another version of the character, as well as for other type of attribute whenever you're going to be needing other attributes, as well as she works perfectly with the Florence here. Those two together are insanely strong team that could work and destroy everything and just burn everything to the ground. So today I'm gonna showcase the builds for these two, as well as I'm gonna show a little bit of Logus. I haven't finished building her yet. Like, for the most part, I haven't even finished most, and I'll need some time on that. But I can say you some basics on how you're gonna build Logus. Let's first start in Florence. Again, I haven't finished it yet, but I have the basic layout of all of the stuff. The only thing that left for me to do is just change all of these stuff for better stats that I really need on my Florence. But first of all, let's start with the potentials. As for free-to-play players, I recommend stopping on three potentials. So basically P1, P2, or P3. So this is her best place. Probably P2 is one of your better places, as well as P3 could be also not bad, but it's again, after you do like 2 rotations on her banner, it's going to be very hard for you to do a third one or maybe a fourth one even, because there's not much content to do to get those gems that you can use on summoning. So again, I would recommend stopping on P2 or P3, because other than that, it just gets a little bit different in terms of how you want to build the character. So she's got 2 versions of however you want to build her. We're gonna get in that a little bit later. Weapon wise, I recommend just 1 star, one 5-star weapon. You don't really need to have any like sync, go like for level 5 syncs on it or anything like that. For now, as a free to play, you want to probably stop here. If you're a low spender, you can try and go into like maybe level 3, maybe even max it out, depending on how much investments do you want to do into the game. But I think it's better to just leave it on level 1 and focus on getting those weapons for everyone in your team, as well as in your secondary and third team, whatever, how many teams you want to do and how many characters you want to build. So that's how you want to do it. Skills, obviously, you want to try to get building everything here. I haven't finished it yet, but again, the important talents are probably 4th, like 5th. All of these talents are very good, but most important ones are probably 4th one there whenever you get to that one. Obviously, the bonus from just damage, fire damage, is going to be pretty good as well. In terms of marks, Florence is, again, as I said, there's two versions of how to build this girl. First version is crit rate and crit damage, but this is a little bit for those who have the P6 here, because this is, as you can see, increase the crit rate and increase the crit damage here a lot. So this is more of not a free to play but a pay to win version of how you want to build. Or maybe if you're like a free to play and you got so lucky that you got like 6 copies of her, then you're welcome to do that. And this is probably her best build, how people actually build her, but it doesn't mean that other versions of those builds will not work. So if you have a P6, P5 or something like that, you're very close to finishing that, then you can build an actual crit rate as well as crit damage on her, and that would be a pretty good build. But for those who are free to play as well as low spenders, I would recommend actually focusing on attack. So attack, pierce, and just fire damage in general. I would recommend you go for those ones, and they're gonna work just fine. So in terms of marks, this is a pretty. I think I saw a lot of people also use this one. Is I think it's a standard one that you would the game would recommend. Maybe a little bit like there's some differences between the builds. There's a few differences there, like out there in the internet that you can find yourself. But for me, I use Endless March. Hopefully you get this one with attack, or crits as well is okay, but I mean attack would be the best. And then secondary could you definitely want something like pierce or fire damage, and at the last one you can definitely add the crits. But your main one should be always the attack. Same goes for Jade Crane. Unfortunately, I didn't get the lucky one on this one. I only have the abnormal, for now, elemental abnormality, but we'll get there. You want attack as well, pierce, all of that stuff. On the same on basically everything. A Phoenix Tail here, again, mostly with fire, attack, and crits or pierce. Ring Knot for this one. I'm using defense here because I didn't get anything better than that, and at least defense is something, right? So I've put it for now there. I'll probably change it later. Winning path for there's like 2 3s that I'm using. So again, attack, this is fire damage, crit rate, and pierce here. This is okay one. I dig this one, so I'm not gonna change probably this much on this one. This one as well, I like it pretty much. Attack, pierce, defense. You can use the same one and just use the same setup right here. And you will just need to have a little bit of luck on Endless March, on the Phoenix Tail, and on the Jade Crane. All those ones are the, like, it depends on your luck how you are gonna be getting the random stuff for these level ups that you need. Hopefully you get lucky on exploration on that ones. So Hephae, actually also a free-to-play, very free-to-play friendly character. You have a lot of potential that you can get for free just by summoning, and this just depends on how lucky you get. Also, weapon gives a big elemental abnormality mastery here, skill 2, explosive force, deals 40% damage when the Hephae fire is active. For every 150 elemental abnormally mastery, Hephae has increased all team members' penetration by 4% up to 20. Again, huge buff from the weapon, especially this 108 elemental anomaly mastery here. This is crazy. Her fire damage is fucking insanity, as well as her anomaly in general. So again, weapon wise, level 1 is okay. You don't need to go further than that because you want to first of all go for all of the weapons, then you're gonna be building this all of the other things whenever you get a chance. Same goes for her skills. You want to go as far as you can. Depending on how far you're into the game, you'll be finishing that. Now into the build. I'm actually using pretty much the same one. There's a few different variations of the build. I'm gonna talk about that one, but for now I'm using this one. So this is Outstanding Herbalist. There's River of Oblivion, Shining Star, and I need just 2 single ones that I can put tomorrow probably into this slot, and this is gonna be finished. As well as there's like a 3-1, a single ones all over here, and as well as there's gonna be 2 single ones here. But I'm gonna be a little bit changing that later. For now, I think I'm going for this build. Again, what you want to focus on mainly is fire damage and elemental here. You can go for, as you can see, I actually went for the HP ones. So HP wise, she's pretty good. She can definitely have some extra HP. This is not a bad stat to have. Again, defense also, she kind of likes it. Again, she's not your main DPS, so you shouldn't you don't really need to go like too crazy in it, you know. You can go like a little bit more lighter, so if you have a few stats that you are not like getting really lucky on, HP, defense is okay. Definitely still makes her extremely more tanky, because her, for example, second skill takes a fucking ages to do the animation, as well as her first skill also takes some mages. So if you're making her a little bit more tanky, definitely a good job there. So it's not gonna like make it her worse than it would be if you're just going for the damage. Uh, Again, as well as on some stuff here in terms of what you want to use. Attack, elemental as fire damage. Yes, this is all of them are good, but again, defense and HP is also pretty good. But elemental probably your main stuff that you want to invest in, especially with such high damage that she's got on elemental. You want to invest more in that, and then she would be making insane numbers in terms of damage. So other versions of this build could be, again, adding the Jade here. Where is it? This Jade. So Jade Crane also works here for sure. Increase in ultimate damage. Also, there is another one that I can show you in the shop right here. Also a very good one for her. It's called Sacred Goblet. So increases in the grants the wielder a 9% increase in healing. This is again another version for you if you want to go the way of staying tanky with her, because she's gonna be extremely hard to kill if you have a lot of defense and HP built in her, as well as that crane, then goblet as well. Like it's gonna be very hard to do it, as well as she's gonna heal much easier with, especially if you're using Logus in the back there. So again, that's it for her. So this is some other versions of that. As I said, Jade Crane and that goblet you can switch up here, and then you don't need those as many single ones that you will be using in this one. So you can definitely switch it up in that sense. Logus, on her, I still didn't finish it yet. I still use Jade Crane as well on Logus here. I think it's good for everyone. Doesn't matter for her. In terms of her ability, her best stats is crit rate and crit damage, as well as her light damage. Definitely getting some buffs on that would be definitely good as well. As well as you definitely can buff a little bit of her defense and HP, so that whenever you're gonna be using her on field, you want her to stay a little bit longer. Then those buffs are okay as well. But mainly you want to use everything on crits and the light damage. Sage Heart, again, best one for her probably. I really like it. Element type for 3 seconds. Increase the element damage here for 3 seconds there. That's a pretty huge one, especially with her not being on the field too much. That's going to be enough for you to do some extra damage that you want to. Again, 3-1. Jade Crane and a few small ones. So on here I am also kind of skeptical what to use still. There's a few options that I have. I want to use, let me show it to you from probably here. Where is it? This one, for example, Shining Star also kind of works for her for the ultimate skill charge rate. That also really interesting to see, because again, her ultimate is pretty good, and she obviously unleash consecutive stabs, dealing a total of ultimate damage. So again, her damage is pretty good in terms of her ultimate. That's why I'm thinking of adding that Shining Star in here as well. But then I need to maybe redo some of the builds here, but you can just finish it up by doing a few threes, one more 3 here and ones as well. For now, I think that's how I want to build her, but again, after some time, maybe I'll think about other types of builds that I want to do, as well as I'm gonna figure out her better. In terms of potentials, she is best on P6, because this is a free revival is insanity. is definitely huge. If you're lucky enough to get her to P6, will be great. If you're free to play, doesn't really matter where she stands, because most of her stuff that she gets on in the beginning here are attack stuff, as well as like the only thing that you really are looking forward to is like P2, where she gets the reduce the enemy's attack by 20%. So this one is really good. Other than this, it's mostly something about the attack, and for in the beginning of the game you don't really look forward to that, as well as again P2, P5 and P6 are the insane ones. Double the healing effects as well as the revival that she's got are the insane ones. Weapon wise, I don't have her legendary weapon yet. I'm gonna get it soon from the banner. I have like 1 or 2 multis left that I need to do, and then I'm gonna get her weapon. So for that one, again, get level 1 of her 5-star weapon and just stop there. For now, it's okay. Skills wise, again, go all in on that one, and you're gonna be probably fine. So that was it for today's video on the Black Beacon. I really like this team. You can try it out for yourself. I think it works really good, but it definitely needs some investments. But Hephae showed how good she was for me, and maybe hopefully for those who are looking to build her and Florence together, you can definitely use those builds and maybe try even putting your own builds there as well and see how good are they. Other than this, hopefully you like the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think about Hephae as well as the Fire team. I'm probably gonna call them Phoenix Force or something like that. About this team, as well as don't forget I do streams on Black Beacon as well as other gacha games. I usually do streams on that, so if you don't want to miss that, join the Discord in the description below, so you don't miss any announcements for the videos and streams, because I always do announcements in there. And hopefully have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.